Greetings, disciples! NintendoZilla98 here. Happy Halloween. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. Having to dress up in costumes and walking around the neighborhood, going to strangers' house and get candy is what made me love going trick-or-treating every year. That is why I love Halloween so much. That and the tone of the season. Everything is spooky and scary. It's great. I don't like Halloween as much as, let's say, Thanksgiving or Christmas, but it's still one of my top favorite holidays. But, like everyone else, there comes a time when we are just too old to go trick-or-treating. So for today's video, I'm going to talk about the last time I went trick-or-treating. It was Halloween 2012. I was 14 years old at the time. At that age, I realized that I was getting too old to go trick-or-treating. So this will be the last trick-or-treating that I will ever go to in my life. I wasn't too upset because I was getting kind of tired of wearing costumes and walking to other people's houses to get candy. I could just buy candy from 7-Eleven and eat them all on Halloween night. Anyways, I was going trick-or-treating with my sister and our cousins. I think my dad stayed home to give out the candy, so my mom was the one who supervised us along with our cousin's mom. I remember one of them was going as Ghostface. You know, that killer with the screaming ghost mask from the Scream franchise. He was wearing that, but it was the version with the fake blood that runs down the mask. I forgot what everyone else was wearing. As for me, I don't remember if I chose not to wear a costume or maybe this was a last-minute decision. But either way, my costume, although I wouldn't really call it a costume, was just a regular orange shirt with the typical jack-o'-lantern face on it. That's right, the final trick-or-treating that I went to, and I'm wearing an orange shirt with a jack-o'-lantern face on it. Yeah, you can't get any more pathetic than that. Throughout the whole trick-or-treating, the cousin with the bleeding ghost face mask kept on having his fake blood dripping off the mask, and that caused several mild arguments between him and his mother. It happened so much that it was one of the things I remembered most from that year's trick-or-treating, along with me wearing the jack-o'-lantern shirt. And this one little incident that I'm going to talk about now. We went around the areas where we knew the best houses would be at and get lots of candy. Same old stuff. But then this happened. Listen carefully and get a load of this shit, my niggas. So we went to this one house that was giving out candy. We all went there and they gave us the candy. The people inside the house and giving out the candy were older teenagers, or perhaps college students. My sister got some, my cousin got some, and I got some of the candy. However, when one of them gave me the candy and I turned around to go back to the sidewalk and regroup with the others, another one of those older teenagers, a teenage girl, I think, saw my jack-o'-lantern shirt and said, "Nice costume, loser." Upon hearing those words, I just looked back a little and continued my night. I wasn't sure if she was joking or if she was literally making fun of me because of what I decided to wear for Halloween that year. But those words stuck with me the whole night, and I still remember them to this day. The fact that my last trick-or-treating had this older teen bitch make fun of me, a 14-year-old boy, just because my costume wasn't cool, clever or even a costume at all kind of ticked me off. Not so much that it makes me want to beat not so much that it makes me want to beat the everlasting shit out of this cunt, but enough for me to remember that every night to this day. She must have been drunk, who knows. So we continued trick-or-treating for an extra hour or less, I don't know. Nobody in our group knew about what that girl said to me except me. We called it a night. Our cousins left, and we went back home. I ate some of my candy, and I think I went to the back room to play some Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee for the Xbox. Do you know what's funny? I still remember where that chick insulted me that Halloween night is at. I still remember the location of that house. Maybe I should pay her a visit. Pow pow! So anyways, yeah, that was the story of the last trick-or-treating that I went to. Thinking back, I actually do miss going trick-or-treating with my family and friends. It's one of those fun times that you can't do forever, but you can see your children having that same fun that you had when you were their age. But hey, if I want, I could just go to 7-Eleven and buy a fuck ton of candy of my choice for $25 or so. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. Happy Halloween, and peace the fuck out. Woo!